Welcome back, Houston Hacks fans, to week 2 breakdown of the Houston Hacks versus Abird. Okay, Abird is a player that I've been playing for a long time now, and he's gotten so much better since the very beginning of the game. And I'm really, it's really fun to see the league grow as it has, and see how a lot of players that have been around for a long time are really, their teams are looking a lot better, and they're doing really well. And so it's putting a lot of pressure on some teams here, and it's making the playoff race super, super competitive. So this is actually a very big game for us. And luckily, we have a decent matchup again this week, although that did not work out last week. So we'll see what happens here. But basically, looking at the matchup, I saw Colossal can take on Volcarona. Abird really likes to set up with his Mons, so I really need to be cognizant of that. Galvantula can outspeed Zarud and pick that thing off, assuming that it's not scarfed. Weavile is going to be strong as ice and dark coverage pretty much hits everyone on the team. Haxorus with a Dragon Dance and a little bit of chip or hazards can do really nicely. Skymarie is going to be a good answer to Zarud. Sylveon doesn't really have a great matchup here, and I decided not to bring it. And then lastly, we got to bring Quag as a water absorb mom because it fully walls Rotom Wash. So that just gives me a free turn to get a Toxic off or something. So yeah, we got the Haxorus setup team. We got the lead webs with Galvantula and Focus Sash. I did get rid of Xatu for Skymarie, a defensive Skymarie set with Toxic and I believe Brave Bird. We'll see here once we watch the game. Heavy Duty Boots Colossal, Max Spadef specifically for the Volcarona. The Quagsire for the with Water Absorb for Rotom, and then Weavile just to clean the game, hopefully with either 100% accuracy Ice Punch or the Ice Shard as well. So let's hop right into the game. I decided to lead Galvantula and not think too much about it. He leads with his very menacing Volcarona, which can just win on any individual turn. So I'm just going to move myself over here. Okay, and let's just watch as we go here. So I go for the Volt Switch. I got to get out of there. I can't let this thing set up. I do have a full health Colossal. So here, I don't really want to mess around with this thing. And so I decided to go for a Rock Blast just to, A, kill the Volcarona if he decides to stay in. But B, I guess I should have thought more about this turn because we'll see what happens. But I decided to go for the Rock Blast. He brings in the Mudsdale, and I get off 1, 2, 3, and 4 hits. So I give him +4 on defense to start the turn. And he does get Body Press. So 2 Swords Dances off, basically. And his defensive stats pretty good. And I really don't have a Fighting Switch. Not to a +4 horse. Okay? It'd have been really nice if I only got 2. That would have been really, really helpful. I could have kept my Skymarie around here. But honestly, what I should have gone for is just rocks on the Switch. I considered going for rocks, but then I decided, I didn't want to mess around with the Volcarona. And if he was going to give me an opportunity to kill it, I should have killed it. But this turn, I did think about in mocks, but the person I prepped with did not bring the horse and brought a different mon instead. And I just kind of forgot about its ability to come in and then just take advantage of Rock Blast, because Rock Blast made a lot of sense for Volcarona as it could go through his substitute. So just unfortunate. I did have a water move. I had Scald on Colossal. That could have been a decent mid-ground play, although with Volcarona having the +1 special defense, I don't think it makes a lot of sense. I think going for Stealth Rocks, and if you'd have stayed in, then going for the Rock Blast might have been a good move. But honestly, this just set me way behind in the game. It was nice to get a little bit of chip off on Volcarona, but it just wasn't enough. So he gets rocks up, which are not good for me. Really not good for my team since I have a Weavile. And then he goes for the body press. Okay, I do luckily am able to get Toxic off. I don't think I have a single attacking move on this Skymory. I think I have Whirlwind. And honestly, looking back at it, Whirlwind might have been the play there just to get rid of the Mudsdale. But unfortunately, well, I decided to go down this path. Getting rid of the Mudsdale would have been nice. I would only lost 40% of my health, and I could have kept my Skymory around, which would have been helpful for later in the game. But I thought maybe I could. I forgot that when I roost, I become a pure steel type, and then I'm going to die to body press. It does like double the damage. So that makes it super difficult. I really can't heal here. And so I wind up just trying to stack my spikes and make him take as much damage as possible from Toxic and the Rocky Helmet. So I decided to get another layer of spikes. If I roosted there, I would have died anyways. And I take pretty good damage against the horse. I just bring in my my Galvantula, and I'm able to pick up a kill. He brings in the Dracozolt, and here is where we really run into problems. With rocks up, that extra 6% actually really hurts. I am max defense, max HP Quag, which is fine if I don't have rocks, because with lefties, I'm able to heal to over 50%, heal to about 56 or 55%, and be pretty out of range or have a very low chance of being 2-hit KO'd by the Dracozolt. But unfortunately, I wind up getting 2-hit KO'd. That hurts a ton. Losing that piece of my puzzle is really a problem. Now, granted, he does have hustle, and he's hitting all of his moves. So he's hit 3 outrages in a row now, all at 80% chance. But, I mean, it's 80%, right? So, I mean, it's a good chance. Anyway, so I do get rewarded because he hit all of his 80% chance shots, and I do burn him. That is huge for me. So I'm able to survive another outrage. This was, I think, an okay play to get rid of the rocks and get my spin up. As he just outraged. But here is something that, this is a play where I really probably could have taken control of the game and really swung the game back in my favor. And I went for a double to Galvantula. I felt like it was a very safe double to do what I did. Okay, to bring in my Galvantula, I knew that it would match up well against Zarude. I knew I could Volt Switch out against Volcarona, and I still had my Colossal in the game to block the Volcarona. And then the Gardevoir, I should have been faster than as well and could have Volt Switched out. So I knew it was a pretty safe move on my part. I do have the spikes up, which puts the Dracozolt in the 50% range where my Bug Buzz would kill it. So I felt like this was a good move for me, but in hindsight, I think going for the Haxorus play would have been better. That could have been punished by the Gardevoir. But I think Rotom did make a lot of sense for him. So I didn't think this was a bad play, but this would have been a good opportunity to get Haxorus in and start setting up. As getting to +1, I would have been able to blow a Mon out of the water. He could have Thunder Waved or Will-O-Wisp, but I did have the Lumberry prepared for that. I'm able to take some damage. I realize that he's max HP. I don't know his speed. He probably should have killed me if he was offensive, as well as I knew I was supposed to be doing around 50%. I decided to go for the Sticky Web here. I kind of wish I would have went for the Sticky Web earlier, because so if I go for the Sticky Web on the Rotom Wash, and the reasoning behind going for the Giga Drain is I'm able to get up in a range where the Hydro Pump, if he's offensive, doesn't kill me, and I'm able to take a good amount of chip. But if I do get webs up there, and he goes for the Hydro Pump, I have a really good chance. Now, granted, he could have killed me, but just getting the webs up basically punishes his switch to Dracozolt. Punishes it pretty hard, because now my Galvantula can go first and kill it. But since he is Choice Scarfed, we're kind of in trouble here. Now, this is where I decided to save the Galvantula, as I think it can clean late game, or at least have a chance to clean late game. And so I am going to switch to my Colossal and sack my Colossal. Reasoning being, I think I'm able to prevent the Volcarona from setting up. But the problem here is my only way to revenge this Mon is to go into Weavile, okay, which is choice banded. And getting locked into an ice move is a problem for me, because it lets the Rotom Wash in for free. So I have to go for the Ice Shard. He's smart to stay in. And now he gets a free defog off, which absolutely ruins my game plan. If I'm able to keep webs up and spikes, I prevent the focus sash on Gardevoir potentially. And I'm able to chip a couple of the Mons into ranges where the Volcarona is going to die to a lot of different things that it needs to die to, as well as slowing down any potential Choice Scarfers. So that would have been super nice to keep all that up. I wind up letting him in for free. I go for my webs again because I'm really concerned about Choice Scarf Gardevoir just sweeping the game at this point. Just coming in and ending me. So I decided to go for the webs. He goes right into Volcarona. Like, incredible play by Abird. If I would have Volt Switched there, I think I could have won because Haxorus takes one from anybody but Gardevoir. And we're able to, get Haxorus in, who's a monster. But unfortunately, I know I had lost at this point. I decided to Volt Switch. If I had Thunder, I would have been okay as well. But he gets one Quiver Dance off, and now he's going to be able to sweep through my team with Bug Buzz. So just really good play on Abird's part. He's been a setup monster, or been a setup scary Pokemon trainer. That's the strategy that he uses to win typically. And I just wasn't able to, made a few wrong reads. I mean, I felt like most of my plays were sound and made sense to me, but he, at the end of the day, just fell behind early because of the horseplay and just the Choice Scarf, the double Choice Scarf. He did tell me he had Choice Scarf as a rude, but not bringing my Fairy just made it really difficult because Dracozolt could lock, and losing Skymarie early just made it so bad for me because my physical wall in Skymarie, which could have totally tanked his Outrages, just basically put me in a position where I was going to lose. So, again, falling behind with the horseplay, losing one of my pivotal defensive Mons, and then losing the other one basically from the same exact play, and only trading the horse out was just too much to handle. I got lucky, or else I would have really got blown out with the Flame Body. But that's the way it goes. Need to put a little more time and thought into my preparation. And, think of some of these things beforehand. Having a Choice Scarf Galvantula would have been really nice here to revenge kill some things and, potentially just be more of an offensive threat. But not. Bird played really well, and I'm excited to look on to week 3 where we take on our rival, Cole, the commissioner of the league. So that's always a fun battle, and I'll see you guys next time.